Trends in the NFL come and go, though the gritty has surprising staying power. Eventually, fads die out, but then there are parts of the game that the NFL intentionally phases out. Whether it's for player safety, inconvenience, or just because they are boring, there are things in the league that will be totally gone soon. And those are coming up right after this. This just in, you can now win up to 100 times your cash on Prize Picks using our newest feature in your entries. But first, use my code 5points and all first-time users on Prize Picks will receive an instant deposit match up to $100. If you deposit $69, Prize Picks will give you $69. In the standard game, you pick 2 to 6 players and then decide if they will get more or less of their prize pick projection. And you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. But now, the Demons and Goblins feature has squares marked with green goblins or red demons, and they have customized payouts. Members can win up to 100 times with this new game format. Squares marked with a red demon are statistically harder to win, but qualify the entry for higher payouts. You must pick more on the demon. Squares marked with a green goblin are statistically easier to win, but result in lower payout multipliers. You must pick more on goblins. This week, I'm going goblin mode on Jake Browning, Nick Mullins, and Gardner Minshew. That's a 16-time payout on only 3 players. Your money is safe and can be easily withdrawn. Collect those winnings, baby. And don't forget, these are the eligible states. So after this video, first-time users go to prizepicks.com or download the app from the link below and use my code 5points for a 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, that's promo code 5points on Prize Picks. Kick returns. Quick. Name a great NFL kick returner. You probably said Dante Hall or Devin Hester, guys who played their last seasons in 2008 and 2016 respectively. Do you know who has the most kick return yards in the 2023 season? It's Keyshawn Nixon with 647 through week 15 on 24 returns. By comparison, Hester had a peak season of 1436 kick return yards and Hall an absurd 1718 in 2004. Now, Nixon did have 1,000 kick return yards last year, but honestly, it was to the detriment of his team. Both this year and last, he has averaged 27 and 28 yards per return, a net positive over a touchback of only 2 to 3 yards. Basically, for all his effort, statistically, the chances of him doing something good like his 151-yard return this year are getting lower and lower. There have been 2 kickoffs returned for TDs this year, and one was by a fucking fullback, Andrew Beck. The data is clear. Not only are there more touchbacks than ever, but the effectiveness of a kick return is completely called into question, as it is statistically more likely that taking the ball out of the end zone is dumb as fuck. So, why is this? Why is one of the most exciting plays in the game being essentially neutered? Because the league wants it to be. This year, the NFL changed the rules allowing players to signal for a fair catch inside the 25-yard line that allowed the ball to be spotted automatically at the 25. That caused the touchback rates to soar, as about 85% of kicks don't even have a return now. And if they do, the net is at or below a touchback. There seems to be no benefit to it, and that's by design. The NFL has signaled they do not want kick returns nor the concussions that come with them. Though it would be hard to eliminate the kickoff altogether, you will see less and less of them in your lifetime. And just like herpes, this new touchback rule is probably here to stay. Coaches' challenges. It took a long time to get replay back in the NFL. In fact, it was banned from 1992 to 1997. And in 1999, the system was tweaked to allow more coaches' challenges if they were successful. Replay reviews peaked in 2014 with 439. And the league said enough and implemented some big changes. In particular, with the centralization of replay to move to a smoke-filled room in New York, not on the field. All scoring plays and turnovers are reviewed now, and anything inside the 2-minute warning is initiated by New York, not the red flag. And there was this new thing that started popping up called expedited review, where egregiously bad calls would be reversed in an instant without the use of the coach's flag. Though Troy Aikman hates the process, these changes resulted in 2 very interesting stats. Replayed/challenge plays were down 40% to only 283 in 2022, only 1.04 per game. What's even more surprising is that the overturn percentage has never been higher, with 58% of reviewed plays in 2022 being overturned, double what it was in 1999 when on-field refs almost never changed their mistakes. The league wants to get things right, but also doesn't want to bog a game down with review after review. Even though the system still needs some tweaking, the NFL clearly wants the guys on the sideline to keep their flags in their pants. And it's a very real possibility that challenges could be taken away altogether and Troy Aikman's head might explode. Hitting. Now, this segment will be more subjective than objective because it seems like every Sunday we are yelling at the TV that hitting is being eliminated from the game that we love. Can a player hit high? Can they hit low? Are they even allowed to hit at all? These are questions we're constantly asking ourselves, and player safety thankfully has been changed for the better. At the cost of, the thing that makes football awesome. Let's look at the plethora of rule changes that have been implemented since the 80s and 90s when players were routinely decapitated, and the clips of said decapitations were placed into a supercut on NFL films. No leading with the crown of the helmet. Defensiveless receivers cannot be hit. Blindside blocks have been eliminated. Roughing the passer to include putting weight on the QB or breathing on Tom Brady. Horse collar tackling is banned, and 2 personal fouls result in an ejection. Look, it's no secret what the NFL is doing. Yes, concussions are down, but injuries in 2023 are actually up. In particular, a rise in torn ACLs, ankle injuries, and now over half the players will suffer a lower limb injury. Yes, good clean hits are amazing and should always be part of the game. However, the risk of a big hit hurting a team more than it hurts the other player has grown. Football just ain't what it used to be. Long running back careers. The average career length in the NFL is now 3.3 years. The average for a running back is the lowest at 2.57 seasons. I know this is a giant duh, but running backs don't last as long in the league. However, it's never been worse for them. Running backs are getting paid less and aren't receiving long-term deals. Second contracts have been replaced with the franchise tender. And just like at an orgy, the backs are getting screwed. When you look at the top 25 longest running back careers, only Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson, who last played in 2020 and 21 respectively, are on that list. And even then, the longest running back career ever is Gore's at 16 years. The oldest active running back? Tywan Jones at age 35. He's 13 seasons in, but get this, he has only had 53 career rushing attempts. Backs are being put down faster than horses with broken legs, and the league nor the players union seems to care. The only fair thing to do would be to change the running back pay scale to be front-loaded, but there's no incentive for the NFL to do that. So Christian McCaffrey, who is only 27, is a total unicorn. And finally, our last thing to be eliminated from the NFL. Coaches fulfilling their contracts. It must seem like a happy day, the day you finally sucked enough dick in the lower ranks of coaching and you have been hired on to lead your new team that just came off a 3-14 season to the promised land. Yes, you signed a 5-year, fully guaranteed deal, but the odds you see that all the way through are actually slim to fucking none. The average NFL coaching career lasts 3 years. Well, that's the average. Guys like Bill Belichick and John Harbaugh and Andy Reid counter that. But let's look at the current mix of NFL coaches and you'll get an idea of just who will serve out their actual contracts. As of right now, 7 coaches are in their first year. That includes Giff Smith, who is taking over for the appropriately fired Brandon Staley, who was on his first contract. Another 7 are in their second year, and a stunning 2/3 of coaches were hired in just the last 4 years. Simply put, the odds of making it through your current contract as a head coach are dire. Look at fucking Arthur Smith, okay? And does the league want to change this? Absolutely not. Owners want the power of being able to hire and fire whoever they want, and the players don't give a shit about the mercenaries and soundbite machines who are calling the plays. They are there to get paid. And the coaches don't care either. You think Cliff Kingsbury gives a fuck that he's being paid $30 million to bang his hot girlfriend in Thailand? No. And just like me after seeing that pic, he got an extension. Yeah, let's end the video now. Until next time.